This is how I helped my client go from 300K per year to 550K per year in just 1 year through digital marketing. Cool, so do you want to start with what's your name and what's your business and what exactly you do?
Yeah, so my name's Ben. I run a window cleaning business. We've been going for about 3 years now. We started with door knocking and just getting clients through word of mouth, flyers, that kind of thing. And we started in 2024 doing Facebook ads. We hired a guy with an agency. And it was pretty good. We were getting leads at $30, $40 cost per lead. It was all right. You know, it was a good change of pace. We didn't have to go knocking on the weekends. But there were definitely a lot of issues. I remember we had our Facebook accounts kept getting hacked, and it was actually the guy running the agency kept replying to those like fake meta things.
Yeah.
I think that's what we found out. We were paying about $1,000 a month for the agency fee and then ad spend on top of that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was all right. We got jobs, but when you came in later 2024, you were able to help a lot with getting that cost per lead way down. I think now we're down at about $10 per lead. We were down at 15, 20. So it's very good.
That's sick as. So like roughly what sort of revenue were you at before you were doing ads and then going with the agency, and sort of what are you at around now if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, so I think we were doing our first year running ads, we were at about 300. And when we switched to your agency, that would have been about halfway through that year. But our first full year with you guys, we did, I think, 550. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like over 50-60% growth.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's sick as. All from the ads.
Yeah. We stopped door knocking. We stopped any of that stuff. So yeah, ads, definitely. Facebook ads was our main source of jobs that year.
Yeah. Like how did you feel stopping like door knocking and referrals? Because theoretically you just could have kept on doing that.
I was able to travel overseas. You know, I was able to be in Europe I was there for 8 weeks that year, and I was still able to do my job every day. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's sick as.
Perfect, yeah.
Cool. And then what did that sort of do to your like stress, time, and like consistency of predicting when jobs and quotes would come?
Yeah, it just eliminated that crunch factor. You know, when you're doing door knocking and when you're reliant on these kind of older modes of getting jobs, you have all this pressure if the week ahead is not booked out. Whereas with Facebook, you could just kind of up the ad spend and it would sort of take care of itself.
Yeah, 100%. So when you were running ads with the previous sort of agency, like in your opinion, what were they not able to do that me and my team were able to come in and, you know, get much better result?
Yeah, so he had, I think, just kind of one formula that he used as like a one fits all for every client. And,
Classic.
you know, it works for him, but he was not able to tailor it at all. I think we were his only WA window cleaning company. And so he was using stuff that maybe worked over East or worked for different businesses. But he just, whenever we would ask him to kind of amend things or whatever, he wasn't able to really tailor that to our needs. And I remember we had people from suburbs that we don't service and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And then what did it look like as soon as me and my team came in? Like what did we fix? What happened to make us get that cost per lead super low and just get heaps of jobs?
Well, one thing was the demographic targeting.
Yeah.
Our main set of clients, we target are women over 30, and that was something that definitely cut out a lot of the fat. You know, when Facebook ads is basically people are just scrolling through, they see window cleaning, they click on it, they submit the form. So having that more targeted to a demographic that was more likely to actually click on the ad and submit the form and be interested in it, that just got our cost per lead way down.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, it's super good that Facebook ads is working. That's like the main source of your leads and quotes at the moment, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That and then, you know, rebooking in old clients.
Yeah, 100%. So let's talk about like the Google ads side of things. What was your experience working before us, and then what sort of happened since we took over that as well?
Yeah, so we ran Google ads, I guess it would have been, it was about a year ago. We ran that with a different agency. I think he was $2.5K per month management. And for no return, I mean, our cost per lead was $150 thereabouts. and not good jobs. We were getting better jobs through Facebook ads. Yeah, it was just a very disappointing experience. And I thought Google ads just don't work for our business. That was what my takeaway was. So we shut them down. We stopped working with that guy. And we basically gave up on Google ads until you suggested that we do it again this year. So we've only been running it for a couple months now, but it's been good. We're getting a lot of phone calls and a lot of referrals through the website. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what can you talk about, like, the actual strategy behind getting those results? Because obviously you ran it before, but we're getting what, $150 cost per lead or something?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, what can you say about that?
I remember, again, I think a similar problem of this guy had a sort of one-size-fits-all approach where we were targeting suburbs that were just way outside our reach. He was targeting very weird search terms, and I don't know the whole back-end stuff of the Google ads, but I remember looking at it, there was definitely some weird stuff, and we were just paying for things that were not at all essential to, what we were trying to get for the business.
Like, I remember the first thing I looked at was the search terms that were popping up, and a lot of them were like super relevant, so we had to add in like a negative keyword list, so you wouldn't be spending on that.
Yeah, I don't think he had any negative keywords, so
yeah,
a lot of that. He just had a few weird things. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, 100%. No, but it's good that you're using Google ads, because if you think about it, if I'm hosting a party or something and I want my windows to be clean, people are gonna search up, window cleaning near me. So yeah, it's crazy to think that from a previous experience, you thought Google ads didn't really work for your business.
Yeah, I thought I thought window cleaning was just too low ticket or something.
Yeah, 100%. Like, what would you say to other business owners who have tried Google ads, who have tried Facebook ads in the past, and maybe they've been burnt, maybe they tried doing it themselves and just haven't worked out, and they are not willing to give it another go? Like, what would you tell them?
I would say it's worth giving it a go. I mean, just think about how much, everybody's on Google, everybody's on Facebook as well. I think it's worth giving it a shot for a few months with an agency that knows what they're doing. And then, you can see from there, see if you like the results. But I know for us, for sure, something that I'm definitely going to keep going with.
Yeah, 100%. And if any business owner was in the fence of using us, like Odin Digital, what would you tell them?
I think the best thing has been the support and the feedback, like being able to call you guys and have you just come on the Zoom call and, get straight into the back end and just fix up, tweak everything, applying a more tailored approach. I think that's something definitely that you guys provide. These other agencies, it's never been that. It's been they do everything and I'm just kept out. I say, hey, the ads aren't working well, but there's nothing I can do other than that. They go, okay, I might do something, but there's not like a working relationship. We're hiring someone who feels like a very third-party outsourced thing with other agencies. Whereas with you guys, with Odin, it's much more like, it feels like we're working together. It feels like you're coming in as part of the team.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Apart from that, is there anything else you'd like to tell the audience?
I would just say, give it a try. These guys are good. They know what they know what they're doing. They've been doing this for a few years. And what do you have to lose?